Not my hall, not my call. This is Eric Wordweaver Sjerven, Gothie of the Redgar folk. Welcome to the Raven's Call. This particular saying is something that I've been saying for years. Not my hall, not my call. Some of you know it as not my circus, not my monkey, different things like that. Now, this particular saying has been used, predominantly to say that, this is not my person, therefore it's not my responsibility. Not my hall, not my call is a little bit different. And here's the reason that I want to go over it today. Okay? Now, the key element to this particular saying, I know it's a meme, I know I'm sitting here explaining a meme, but reciprocal responsibility and reciprocal sovereignty within heathen social structure. Ha! There's some actual words for you. The gist is that each and every tribe is sovereign unto itself. Each and every kindred, each and every group, they are sovereign in and of themselves. And one thing that I see on the internet fairly frequently is people telling each other how they ought to be doing something, how they should be doing heathenry. This is something that just grates my nerves. The thing about sovereignty within the tribes is that each tribe, each kindred, is able to operate on their own, independently, without the oversight of anybody else. Because guess what? Nobody's got any control over your tribe but you. Nobody but the infrastructure of your tribe has any say whatsoever with how your tribe operates. Now, if you're part of a larger social structure, then yes, you engage in a social contract. You have to operate by the parameters of the social contract in order for the society to remain solid. It's fairly simple. Basically, if you want to remain part of a social construct, then you have to operate by the social contract by which that social contract, that construct is operated. Our tribes, our kindreds, are themselves social constructs that we have put together by banding together around a central idea, a central focal point. In modern heathenry, it tends to be the focus on heathenry itself that draws the kindred and the tribe together. Now, previously, before heathenry was separated from anything else, because at the time heathenry didn't have a name, i.e. the arch-heathen times, before Christianity comes to the north, they didn't really need to differentiate from anything. You give something a name when you need to differentiate it one from the other. And so back then, religion would not have been the focal point, per se, of a social construct. Rather, it was familial ties, farming ties, things like that. They're the more pragmatic, real-world reasons for particular people of an area to band together. Hence why there was a physicality, a locality aspect to it. Today, because of the scarcity of heathens in North America, specifically speaking for North America, because I can't speak for any of the other countries, you guys can give me input on how it is in your neck of the woods, because I do get some viewers from Australia, Netherlands, Sweden, the UK, Norway. I've seen them in a couple of different places. But anyway, as far as heathenry in North America goes, heathenry is the reason to band together. Kindreds and tribes get together because they are heathen and they want to be around other heathens. So that's the focal point. That's the reason we get together, unlike the familial ties from before. This creates a social construct. We all get together to worship together and therefore agree that there are certain rules that everyone of the group needs to obey within reason. And these are social mores, the ethics of the group. This is the social contract. Everyone agrees that we act in a certain way in order to maintain the cohesiveness of this construct. That's what matters. We agree that we're going to operate within this social confine. Now, if you are a tribe that belongs to a larger organization, or if you are a family that belongs to a larger tribal structure, then what goes on in your home doesn't necessarily, let's say the hearth, Okay? What goes on in your hearth is sacred and sovereign. That's technically sacred. That's sacred versus profane is another thing. It's sovereign. What happens in the home is sovereign. It is no one's business but your own what you do under your roof tree. This is the hearth cult. This is where the true meat and potatoes of, your individual heathenry is going to take place. Now, each of these hearths make up clans, make up a tribe. And as you go up in the social structure, you are operating under a social contract, because human beings create the structure, and therefore a structure needs rules and a blueprint by which to operate. So yes, under that, you're going to have to follow those rules, etc., etc., etc. But the gist is still no one, even within the confines of that social construct, can tell you how to operate within your own home, because you're sovereign therein. Okay? So the gist being, you have sovereignty within your own hearthstead. The tribe itself has sovereignty within its own boundaries, within its own social contract. The gist being, no other tribe can come in, like Ridgar, the tribe to which I belong. No one can come in from another tribe in the Midwest, in the Northeast, from California, whatever. No one can come in and tell my tribe how to operate and what we need to do. Okay? Just can't. Because naturally, we're sovereign. I don't have to listen to anyone else other than my tribesmen. My responsibility is to my tribesmen, and their responsibility is to me. Reciprocal responsibility within the social contract. That's another video we'll be coming back to here shortly. But, not my hall, not my call. Here is another thing. Here's another aspect of this. It goes both ways. Reciprocity. Reciprocity is a key element in heathenry. Reciprocity of gift, reciprocity of goodwill, reciprocity of respect. Reciprocity is a huge portion of heathenry. It's one of the key elements. The gift for a gift mentality. That is reciprocal gifting. Our entire social structure is built around reciprocal responsibility within the social contract. Reciprocation is a key element. You have to have these things. So, it goes both ways. Here's the deal. Not my hall, not my call means that when I see something going on in another tribe that I don't necessarily agree with, as far as the generalities of how heathenry is done, guess what? I don't get to say anything about it, especially if I'm a guest. Let's say this home worships Loki in their ritual. I'm not okay with that. I can choose to abstain, but guess what? There's going to be some repercussions of my abstinence due to social contract, etc., etc. Chances are really good they would invite me to participate in a ritual if they know that I am not of that bent. Again, reciprocity of respect. But there are situations wherein you will be in a setting and someone will say, no, this is how we do it in our tribe, and guess what? Not my hall, not my call. You guys want to do it that way? Cool. That's on you. Your tribe is sovereign. You get to do it how you want to do it. And my tribe is sovereign, and I get to do it how I want to do it. My hall, my call. Not my hall, not my call. So, the gist of this whole video is to say, when you're going around on the internet, remember, there are key differences between tribes, key differences between kindreds. And no two tribes and kindreds are the same. No two tribes and kindreds have the same operating procedures, the same belief structure. Respect that. If anything, the key element here is the reciprocity of respect. Respect the sovereignty of other tribes, and they will respect yours. And if they don't, you make them. Because here's the thing, guys. There is no central church of heathenry. There is no central church of Ásatrúar, at least not in North America. I know over in Iceland there's the Ásatrúarfélagið. That's their thing. That's not our thing. Not my hall, not my call, whatever. North America, there's no centralized ruling structure. You can belong to national orgs if you choose. I personally don't like national orgs. Argue with me all you want. I'm a grassroots heathenry kind of guy. That's just how I go about things. No one can tell you what you can and can't do with your tribe. That's up to you. If you want to be hardcore recon within your tribal halls, go for it. If you want to be completely new and creative, go for it. So the other tribe doesn't call you a true heathen. Guess what? Not their hall, not their call. You get to do it your way. Okay? You want to be hardcore recon. You want to keep people out of your tribe that don't operate by those parameters, that don't back everything up by research, and that aren't true historical heathens. Cool. No problem. I don't get a say in it. Not my hall, not my call. If I want to let people into my tribe that are of, backgrounds or orientations that other people may not agree with, guess what? Not their hall, not their call. So, sovereignty of the tribes, sovereignty of the kindreds. Not my hall, not my call. Thank you. Have a good day. Now, if you like today's rant, give me a like. Shoot a comment down in the comments section. Check out one of my other videos on the channel. Subscribe to the channel, even better. Turn on your notifications. Make sure that you interact with these videos. Make sure you hit like, comment, all of these things, because the more you interact with the videos, the more they're going to show up in your feed. I'm going to keep trying to crank out decent content. If there's anything you guys want to tell me, have some input, that's what the comment section's for. Or you can check me out on Facebook at Wordweaver Productions. Search it out. It's Word-Weaver Productions. It's an open group. Jump in, join the group, join the conversation. I post all these videos up on there, so you'll be able to kind of keep track of what's going on. And in the meantime, have a good day. Hey-ho.